Next, we
Après,
have Mrs. Yewande Sadiku. She's an investment professional,
Madame
the
Yewande
a
Sadiku.
former CEO of the Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission. Please, let's make welcome
On
our very
applaudit, on
own.
applaudit.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Je parle français, j'apprenais quand j'étais jeune, mais j'oublie tout. I will continue the rest of my speech in English. I flew in yesterday specifically for this to honor my brother and my friend. How many people in the room, we know everybody in the room has been to Nigeria. How many people in the room have been to DRC before who are not Congolese? If you're not Congolese and you've been to DRC before, please raise your hand. So we're in the minority. And I found from my first visit to DRC, I've been to Kolwezi, I've been to Lubumbashi. When you arrive at the airport, nobody can prepare you for it. It is just like Lagos was 10 or 15 years ago. And for me, the relationship between the two countries, this sort of initiative demonstrates what is possible. In my own experience as an investment banker, as an investment promoter, and my work in public policy, I find that investment best happens when intention, serious intention meets capital and the capacity to make it happen. DRC, there have been many comments today about how blessed the two countries are. Which one is grand and which one is great? But the two complement each other. And DRC, I find nobody should threaten my Nigerian citizenship. I say this with my full chest. But I consider DRC to be the singular most important country in Africa. The world is dependent, not Africa, the entire world is dependent on the resources that DRC has. Nigeria has manufacturing capacity on a scale that very few countries in Africa, do. And Nigeria is very similar to DRC. In my own experience, I work in the UK, and sometimes to get insurance for travel, they tell you when you're going to DRC, they won't cover you. So sometimes people don't take, and people who know DRC well will not be unfamiliar with what I'm saying. If you're taking a domestic flight, sometimes people fly out of DRC to fly back into, so if you're going from Lubumbashi to Kinshasa, you fly to Joburg and then fly back. When, you can fly domestically. It's not something that Nigerians would be afraid of. I felt completely comfortable in DRC. It felt like I was with my people, on my first visit. My French is not great, but I felt completely at home. And for me, this foundation underscores, the first steps when private sector and those who are familiar with public policy and business, come together for their mutual benefit. DRC has mineral resources on a scale that very few countries can match. Nigeria has its own wealth of resources, but Nigeria has material manufacturing capacity that very few countries do. So imagine what is possible if the two countries collaborate. This is the basis and the foundation for the AFCFTA. But as was said before, you can do it on the basis of all the countries in Africa, or you can do bilaterals, in small bites, that can demonstrate living examples of what is possible. I'm delighted to make this short address. I didn't plan to make a long speech, but I wish CNFF, as you said, a very, very long life. May this succeed you, may this exceed you, may this exceed your expectations. And may the wealth that lies beneath our feet in Nigeria and in DRC, that lies in our heads, that lies in our hearts, may we jointly work together as Nigerians and Congolese for our own mutual benefit, for the translation of that potential into wealth for both countries. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ma.
Merci beaucoup, madame. OK. Normalement, le contenu de mon message, c'est que moi, je suis vraiment une Nigériane fière de mon pays. Mais la vérité, ce que je veux vous dire, le Congo, c'est un pays béni avec des ressources. C'est un pays qui a beaucoup de ressources naturelles. De l'autre côté, le Nigeria a cette capacité de transformer certaines ressources. Alors, quand nous faisons cette fusion entre le Congo et la RDC, il y a beaucoup d'opportunités, il y a de quoi aller au Congo et s'investir. C'est un peu ça le contenu de ce message. Merci beaucoup.